While Dark Matter and Silo might tell sci-fi stories, Apple TV's next project in the genre will dwarf both shows in terms of its scope and scale. The ambition of sci-fi TV shows has grown exponentially in recent years. To be fair, classic shows like Star Trek, The Next Generation did push the boundaries of what could be achieved within a network TV budget during the 90s, prompting later shows like Stargate, Farscape, and the Battlestar Galactica reboot to follow suit. However, recent sci-fi shows like the Dune spin-off Dune, Prophecy make the ambitions of that seminal series feel quaint. From Foundation to Arcane, to Westworld, to Stranger Things, there are numerous major sci-fi shows that use their huge budgets to imagine entire immersive alternative worlds. Within this context, it should come as no surprise that Apple TV's upcoming sci-fi noir series is arguably the streaming service's most ambitious entry into the genre yet. Adapted from the Peripheral author William Gibson iconic 1984 novel of the same name, the upcoming show Neuromancer is a project that has been decades in the making. Often credited with helping to define the emerging cyberpunk movement of the 80s, alongside author Philip K. Dick's sci-fi noir Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, Neuromancer tells the story of Case, a small-time hacker who is barred from the cyberspace known as the Matrix after he is caught stealing from his shady employer. Neuromancer will be even more ambitious than Silo and Dark Matter. An amoral protagonist inspired by film noir antiheroes, Case soon gets an offer he can't refuse from the femme fatale, Razor Girl Molly. If Case joins Molly's crew and helps the motley band of criminals to pull off an ambitious heist, he will be rewarded with access to the Matrix. As readers may have guessed, Neuromancer was a massive influence on the Matrix trilogy, as well as dozens of other major sci-fi movies and shows of the last 4 decades. The book is infamous for dumping readers into Case's world, where online reality and real life often blur into one, without much in the way of warning or exposition. This made Gibson's Neuromancer a uniquely challenging novel upon its original release, but far from putting off readers, this instead resulted in the book becoming a huge cult hit. It is this same ambitious world-building that means Apple TV's show will be thematically and conceptually bigger than earlier sci-fi projects for the streamer, like Silo and Dark Matter. Neuromancer can be Apple TV's best sci-fi adaptation yet, and that's saying something. Although Apple TV's Blake Crouch adaptation Dark Matter is great, it is also an adaptation of a book that starts out in something resembling recognizable reality. The novel and its show adaptation do then introduce an entire alternate reality, but only after viewers are well grounded in the show's normal setting. Similarly, while Silo does take place inside the titular giant subterranean silo, this at least means that viewers know the scope of the show's story from the start. In contrast, Neuromancer introduces a string of colorful characters, bizarre locations, and trippy concepts in quick succession, borrowing liberally from both the tropes of traditional sci-fi stories and the hallucinogenic writing style of Naked Lunch author William S. Burroughs. The result is a book whose world feels both entirely real and entirely unfamiliar to readers, something that will be a challenge to realize on screen. If Neuromancer's creators pull off the novel's bravura, daringly opaque writing style on screen, the show could be the most immersive sci-fi series Apple TV has ever made. With no normal reality to default to, unlike Dark Matter, and no lone location to ground its action, unlike Silo, Neuromancer can be a truly wild ride that will blow the minds of viewers even if they are familiar with the source material.